YouTube. This story is from Marin Katusa, the most powerful weapon ever. Gold, uranium, pen. Give this a read and allow Marin Katusa of Katusa Research to share his wisdom and knowledge that has made him a very wealthy man at a very young age. Submitted by Rory Hall of the Daily Coin. We have the power and the weaponry to change every community, every state, and the entire nation without ever firing a single bullet. How is this possible? Whenever a person anywhere in the world exchanges their fiat currency for gold or silver coins or bars, they are firing a shot at currency. Gold is the money of kings, and silver is the money of gentlemen. Gold and silver have been money for thousands of years, and no amount of market rigging, made-up rules, or government intervention will change this law of man. People around the world still conduct business using gold and silver as a medium of exchange, simply because gold in particular is not used on a large-scale basis, and we're continually told that gold is a pet rock or held by central banks as a tradition. This is not the case. Gold and silver have value and worth. To acquire them from the source builds them into a certain amount of value. The labor, the time, and various resources used to acquire these precious metals goes into every ounce pulled out of the ground. If gold is a pet rock or a tradition, then why is there so much secrecy surrounding the gold held at the central banks? Why does our Federal Reserve, in conjunction with the U.S. Treasury, refuse to conduct an audit of our gold? The gold held at Fort Knox and the New York Federal Reserve that is assigned to the Federal Reserve System belongs to the people of the United States. If gold is nothing more than a tradition, audits are also a tradition that every responsible person does on a regular basis. Who among us doesn't audit or balance their checking account regularly? Who among us doesn't audit their personal belongings of every type? Ever go through your closet, clean it, and donate the clothes, shoes, and whatever to charity? Is that an audit? Every gram of gold or silver you acquire using fiat currency effectively removes what many dollars from the current financial and economic system. What you have done is remove those dollars from the hands of government. They now have fewer dollars to use to purchase weapons of war, surveillance technology, and other weapons they use against us. Today would be a good day to remove a few dollars from the hands of the place and place another weapon in your back pocket. Gold and silver are free from tyranny, accepted around the world in good faith, and provides a piece of insurance from what appears to be a system in change. Marin Katusa of Katusa Research and I were able to sit down and discuss gold and silver and mining. What happened was much more than what I could have imagined. The conversation started out discussing gold, silver, and the miners. It ramped up and made me realize how jacked up our world is when we began discussing uranium. I know little about uranium and the impact it has on our world that is now changing because of Mr. Katusa. What I do know is it's used to create energy in nuclear power plants and is used in making weapons. The two primary uses for uranium make it another one of the weapons we discussed. When I say weapon, that is to say both sides of the coin, good and bad. The good that uranium can do for our world is to make our air much cleaner by firing a shot at both coal and oil. If we use less coal and oil, our air will greatly improve. I'm not a tree hugger, nor do I believe in global warming or climate change. I also report regularly on what has occurred in Fukushima, Japan. I understand the implications of nuclear power and how it can impact our world. I also learned from Marin that the UAE, United Arab Emirates, has 3 brand new nuclear reactor plants coming online. Why would an OPEC member nation ever consider nuclear power, even on a small scale, unless there was a specific need, specific goal, or something is going on with oil as energy? They already have all the energy they will need for a very long time to come. Or do they? It is a question that begs to be asked. Our conversation then turned to the presidential election show. I see 2 things. First of all, the first thing people should be asking is the existing establishment on both sides, whether GOP or Democrats, should be asking themselves, holy crap, how bad have we been? How screwed up and pathetic have we been for Bernie and Donald to do what they've done? The other thing people have to understand, if you read history, weapons would always evolve. The success of the Roman Empire was always adapting and evolving their weaponry. But today, every person in America holds the most powerful weapon ever in their back pocket. With the American people seemingly awakening in a way that I cannot remember ever seeing, it would be a disservice to you not to ask Marin what he sees happening. The media established has died, deceived and continually programmed the people to believe what the establishment wanted us to believe. As Marin points out, the people have the greatest weapon ever seen, the one weapon that cannot be controlled, cannot be stopped, and has the power to mobilize millions in a flash. You may be using it to read these words. The smartphone has the power to educate in a way that bypasses all the noise, all the propaganda, and allows the person using the weaponry to use it in a way that changes their lives and the world. Wonder why the establishment is so concerned about websites like the Daily Coin? You're holding the wonder weapon of change. Well, that's pretty cool. I guess it is kind of true, if we could all get together and agree on anything. Keep stacking, guys.